What is up, guys and gals? It's me, Thomas Fan01 here, and today we are back at it again. And before we continue, my voice is not 100% back, but it's enough back for me to do this review and for me to do the next Unbox and Chill later this weekend. So, I can do this, and I'm just wanting to say thank you guys for your patience. Unfortunately, infections take a quick minute to recover from. So, anyways, today we are going to be taking a look at the Transformers Age of the Primes Voyager class animated Wreck-Gar, or Junkion Wreck-Gar as it says here. And I have some reservations about this figure. We'll get into that in a minute here. But you all know the rules. We don't take a look at the figure first. We take a look at the packaging, and the packaging is quite interesting to say the least. We have the truck mode. We've got the robot mode. Robot mode again on the side here. We've got all of this going on here, and we've got the weapon there. We've got all this whole deal. He turns into a truck. 15 steps to the robot and back into the truck, and Age of the Primes, the whole deal. We've got everybody here on this part of the list except for this big beast. So anyways, that's pretty much it for the box. And bringing the figure on in, Hasbro, we need to talk about this here. You can't just reuse every Junkion mold that you've ever made for random characters. It just doesn't work, okay? Even if they might be a Junkion from another universe, you can't just use the same mold over and over again. At the very least, you could have maybe, I don't know, remolded the front of this, or maybe remolded the arms, maybe something of that nature. Maybe fixed the feet a little bit. Maybe you could have done something about that. But no, because you're Hasbro, you were like, well, we've already got a Junkion mold floating around, let's just use that. And in terms of saving money, I can understand that. But in other terms, I'm just like, you cheaped out. You cheaped out on this one. And in terms of the weapons, it's the exact same as the original Trashmaster mold. You have this weapon here. However, again, very missed opportunity from Hasbro. You could have painted this. You know, maybe made it worth the $47. That's going to be the new price point for Voyager classes. Yes, that is the new price point for Voyager classes all across the board. And the only reason I know that is because, well, the next Unbox and Chill, I will explain. But anyways, you have this and you have this piece here. So, and in doing so, there are two nice little long posts that go into where the hands are. And you just close that, and it does open, close, but yeah. So, however, I will say this about Hasbro. Thanks for giving us another weirdly obscure character from Animated. I mean, seriously, the only reason that this was going to be anything but animated Wreck-Gar kind of just does blow my mind a little bit, because I really don't like this mold very much because of how things are supposed to be done with it. But I digress. It could be worse. I mean, they did the same thing with Lockdown, so, I mean, I can't complain entirely. But Lockdown was a little bit more tasteful. This is a little bit more blatant. We ran out of ideas in the first place. So, I'm sure there's a third-party upgrade company that I'll end up buying an upgrade kit from and probably making this dude look a lot better. So, anyways, that's it for that. Let's get him into his scale comparisons. Here he is with Animated Prowl from Legacy Evolutions. Gotta say, these animated figures are really starting to pop. I'm liking some of these things here, and I have seen the images for the new Ratchet coming out. I am excited for that as well. So don't get it twisted. We are getting Ratchet. Here's next to Legacy United's animated Bumblebee. Here he's next to Age of the Primes. Here's the other animated figure for him. Straighten out those rocket boosters. Here he is next to animated Wasp. Quite possibly one of the weirder ones that they did. But, you know, hey, they did Bumblebee, so they had to do Wasp. Alright, and because I don't feel like popping out one for every single version, here it is with Optimus. Here it is with Motormaster. Scooch all of these guys off to the side here. And here it is with Nemesis Prime. So, there you go. I'm not gonna stand them up next to him all the time. I'm just gonna do one for everyone, and we're calling it good. So, all right. So now that we've done the scale comparisons, now that we've done initial thoughts, let's get into the transformation of this thing, and I'll explain a couple of other tips and tricks for this guy that I had to learn. So first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to lift this up and remove this off to the side. And yeah, that's pretty much what you got to do for the weapon. However, this is how it's supposed to be without it, so you can totally store the weapon elsewhere, but I choose to just leave it alone. First thing you're going to do is you're going to take these and you're just going to kind of rotate them down just enough to get them out of the way. So you're going to want to take these arms here, and you're just going to want to detach them from the feet. There are just these two tab spots that go in there, and then you're going to separate the hands and the arms, and those are just going to you want to lift up. Well, maybe you don't want to lift up quite yet, but just wait a minute here. Don't entirely follow all of that, but you are going to want to do that. Next thing you're going to want to do is come to the front here. You're going to untab this, bring this waist section all the way up to the top, and just tab it into place. And then you're going to want to bring these side skirts all the way up, and you're going to want to bring all of this around and rotate it like so. Then you're going to bring the side skirts all the way back down, and you're just going to rotate the little trash handling arms just all the way down. And now we're kind of in the clear here for certain things. So next you're going to do is you're going to flip down the feet. Make sure all of this is kind of splayed out a little bit so it's got some room. Take these arms again, bring them all the way forward. Attach these, they just kind of tab in right there. You're going to do that. You're going to rotate this all the way around, and then you're going to rotate the arms around like so. Do the same thing on the other side. Rotate it around like so. So that way the bicep looks like this. And there you have that piece all the way done. Then you're going to take this piece, just fold it all the way back. Kind of just make sure that everything looks a little bit better back there, and you're just going to flip up the head. And then we're going to do this the right way first. So at least as per the instructions saying that this is supposed to be. So they did at the very least understand that part of the assignment, which was they did understand that Wreck-Gar did not have a claw. He had one of these things. So I think we can understand that point of it. So anyways, here is animated Wreck-Gar as per the instructions. And let's center him a little bit better here. Let's make sure everything straightens out a bit more. And take note, this is, as I stated, a direct redo of the Legacy Evolutions Trashmaster. So please, Hasbro, do not tell me, oh, this was perfect for this one. We thought it was great. No, not at all. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of this whole deal going on here. This, just no. So, I mean, did you seriously take his quote in the show really, really seriously? Did you take I dare to be stupid seriously? Because what the heck were you thinking? This was not the mold that anybody should have been purchasing for this. So now I'm going to show you what a better way looks like with this. You're going to take the jaw of the little chomper bit here, and you're just going to rotate that all the way around. And just make sure everything, it does pop back into place. I know, I tested this last night. You're going to do this, and then you're going to take it, and you're going to shove that right in there, which allows it for a little bit of a better look. So, yeah. Anyways, there you have animated Wreck-Gar in his robot mode. And, okay. The vehicle mode, blatant ripoff. The robot mode, again, blatant ripoff, but at the same time, it kind of grew on me after a couple days. Whilst I was recovering from my sinus infection that claimed my voice box, this was one of the figures that I ended up acquiring in that time, or not in that time, after the live stream, excuse me. And I didn't acquire after the live stream. I fiddled with it after the live stream is what I'm trying to say here. Excuse me. So basically, I'm going to say this. This figure is definitely a weird one. And if you can get past the blatant, we just didn't know what to do, then I suppose it's a decent enough mold. It's decent enough. And when I say decent enough, I don't mean like it's perfect in every single way. I mean like it's decent enough to be classified as an animated Wreck-Gar. So, now that we've done that, let's get him into scale comparisons. Then we shall get into final thoughts, and then we shall get into the ranking. So, here he is next to animated Prowl. Here he is next to Alex United animated Bumblebee. Here he is next to animated Wasp. Waspinator. And finally, here he is next to Prime, Motormaster, and Nemesis. Let's bring him all the way to the front here. Okay, so now that we've done that, let's get into the final thoughts. And trust me, they are final. These thoughts are going to be final for this guy, because take note, Hasbro, I appreciate you diving into the obscure, okay? I really do, especially with all those animated figures I just showed off previously, and the potential one that I haven't shown off. This is definitely something that's new. So I can appreciate the idea that you are diving into the obscure characters. However, this is where the biggest however comes into play. This mold only works as a Junkion mold that combines with other Junkions. This guy never did that in the show. So I cannot in good faith give this thing a massive score on that front. I don't hate the mold. I'll say that much. I don't hate the mold. I don't hate the idea that you guys did that. However, the execution was just absolutely horrifying. So please, again, Hasbro, I've seen the animated Ratchet. The hoist mold works perfect for that. So that I'm not even going to be concerned about. But this does not suit animated Wreck-Gar. I really wish you guys would have either remolded the Trashmaster mold, or I wish you guys would have really maybe given him a new mold. That way it would have given us a little bit more to look forward to and a little bit more, to actually get in there without having to say, oh, they just had the mold and they didn't want to give it up again. So I cannot say that your guys' thought process on that is bad, but I can say that this is not the figure that I was hoping for. This figure here was not the animated Wreck-Gar that I was hoping for and or was promised. So there is that. Anyways, let's get this guy ranked, and then we shall end the video, and then I will show off a couple shorts, and then we shall continue on later this week. Or this weekend, excuse me. So, let's see. What should I rank this thing? Well, I'm going to rank this thing, okay. with the animated aspect of it, I cannot rank it very highly, but with the rest of it, I can rank it decently. The paint scheme, it's there. It's definitely animated Wreck-Gar's paint scheme, that's for sure. You definitely got that going for it. There's that positive. They did give it a new head sculpt, so I cannot complain about that. And at the very least, they did acknowledge this weird, funky thing that they could have easily painted into his actual weapons from the show. However, they just did not fulfill it on all points. So I'm going to rank this thing. You know what? I'm going to give this thing a... I cannot recommend everybody go get this. I'm going to rank this thing a 4.5. If this thing were on clearance and maybe $10, I'd say go for it. I'd say everybody jump out, go get your wallets, go get your stuff. It's well worth it for $10. But as far as it is currently, no. This just is not it. This is one of those figures that is just... You only are getting the 4.5 points out of me because I made a few modifications, and you got the paint scheme correct, plus the head sculpt. But that's it. That's the only thing I can give this thing. The rest of this is just the serious Trashmaster mold with only a few things tweaked from it, and the only thing that actually did get tweaked was the paint scheme. So, no. I do not recommend you go out and buy this. However, it is your money, so you can waste it however you would like to, as I currently did. And because it is animated, I am going to end up keeping it. So, yeah. Anyways, this is Thomas Fan 01 saying, do not forget to check out the main channel and its playlists in the description down below. And do not forget to hit that subscribe button so you can always know what's going on the channel. And do not forget to hit that notification bell. I do apologize, my voice is still recovering if it sounds a little weird. But do not forget to subscribe to Jordy's Rail Videos, Patrick's Voice Rail, Riveted Rail Fan, Riveted Reviews, Alexander Rothschild, Winter Night, Lemon Lime Productions, iStar 552, Bravely GG, Take Along Productions, Kitten Cat 999, I think I already said Lemon Lime Studios, but you know what, we'll say him again. Corey Tucker from Facebook, and also do not forget to check out TroosterTube along with Zaga the Animator, or is it Zaga and Oreo now? I don't know off the top of my head. Anyways, this is Thomas Fan 01 saying, do not forget to keep playing with your toys. Goodbye.